Hi everyone, Miro with Wheatland Realty here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And welcome to Park Bench Plainfield, your local community website where we feature and share the stories of business professionals and residents who live, work, or play in the Plainfield area. Today my guest is Karen, and she's the owner of Karen's Kitchen. I hope that you find her story interesting and enjoy it. Good morning, Karen, and thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to Park Bench Plainfield via Zoom. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for this opportunity, Miro.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. And hopefully the rain will stop for a minute so we can stay dry. But that's not why we're here today. So, one of the things that I'm always interested in is why people do what they do. So, how did you get into your business? What made you want to start it? Can you share how it all came to be?
Ever since I was little, I've wanted to bake. And I believe I was about 8 when I started baking. And that passion I've had that passion my whole life. My mom loved to bake, my grandmother, my great grandmother. Um, so my husband was laid off uh, 2018. So from his full-time job, and he has since found part-time. But in order to supplement our income, we had a discussion about possibility of opening the baking business. And in a lifelong dream of mine to have a business actually named Karen's Kitchen for the past 16 years. And that was shelved after we started having a family. And it just seemed to be the right time and opportunity. You know how opportunity will knock.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years ago, uh, we thought, this is a great possibility. And so last year, we started with the farmers market in Plainfield, and we have not looked back. Last year was a wonderful year of doing 20 farmers markets, in addition to some craft shows. And we've been so excited at the receptivity of people who have enjoyed our cupcakes, and also we've had some outside orders, actually pretty faithful customers every week buying cheesecakes in addition to the cupcakes. And so my husband and I, our family as a whole, have been very excited at the receptivity of people that have found out about our business.
And can you share with us some of the products that you bake? I know I heard cupcakes, cheesecakes. What else do you have in your arsenal?
Just about anything. I am an expert pie maker. I make tarts. I make scones, muffins, galettes, French galettes. I've not made croissants yet. That's due in part to the different gluten structure of the flour that I use, which is called einkorn flour.
And you've had your business for 2+ years now, right? Right around 2 years or so. And has it been everything you expected it to be? Have there been any surprises?
Yeah, I would say I was really surprised at how simple it was to put together a business. Certainly you have to do the legal aspects and the marketing and the type of container that you want to use for your product, the pricing. So there's a lot of details to work out. But I would say overall, it's been very streamlined and quicker than I imagined. So I would say that that would be the biggest surprise to me.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about starting their own business venture right now? And I get the pandemic and everything that we're going through, but for someone who's thinking about it, what would you say to that person to help them out?
I would say go for it. It's probably a lot easier than you imagine. Um, Talk to people who are in that field. If you have a friend who's in marketing, they will be of great use to you. We have a friend who helped us with the website design, and that was invaluable. Check out your competition. find out how you can position yourself in the marketplace in a unique way, offering something to your customers that no one else has or very few people have. Always seek to price your product in that sweet spot. I call it a sweet spot, not too low, not too high, but don't undercut yourself, and do a lot of research. Get on the internet. It's just chock full of information for entrepreneurs and people wanting to launch out. And farmers markets are a great vehicle to use to see what the receptivity is in your area, in your local area, for what you have to offer, and believe in yourself. I think it's easy to say, oh, I just make cookies, or I just know how to make cakes. But if you have a passion for something, woodworking, electronics, whatever that is, and you have an idea that you have not seen out there yet, and especially if your family, you have that support of your family or friends behind you, that is a great motivation to go forward in your plan.
As small business owners and entrepreneurs, we all share ups and downs. We go through our vicissitudes of life. What keeps you going? What motivates you when you hit one of those times?
I would say for me personally, the type of flour that I use, which is einkorn flour, not many people know about that. And 5 years ago, I developed a sensitivity to modern wheat, or just traditional all-purpose flour. And so I began to investigate what other kind of flour I could use. And last year at the farmers markets, almost every weekend, people would ask me about the flour. And I would go ahead and tell them what einkorn is and how beneficial it is health-wise, and how I can eat einkorn and not have an adverse reaction to it. And they had never heard of einkorn before in most cases. And I was dumbfounded, thinking, wow, I know I've seen it on the internet, but I have a background in teaching, and what really motivates me is to get the word out about einkorn flour, how special it is, how beneficial it is, and to get off today's wheat, the traditional all-purpose flour, which has been genetically modified over and over again. Einkorn flour has never been hybridized. It's never been genetically modified. It's original wheat. It's the wheat that I use is grown in Italy. It's organically grown, without pesticides, any of that stuff. And it has the highest protein count of any known grain. It's low in carbohydrates. It's packed with nutrition. It's off the hook with nutrition. It's highly digestible. So people that have digestive issues, you can eat it. People that have celiac disease, it's not recommended just because it does have gluten. It's not that it's gluten-free. It's structurally and molecularly different than traditional all-purpose flour, the gluten structure. And I think that's what makes it beneficial, and a flour that I can have, that I can eat and not have any adverse reaction to it. So what motivates me is just the beauty of einkorn flour, wanting to share my passion for einkorn flour with people and with general public that are looking for alternatives to all-purpose flour, who have sensitivities to gluten, which is a huge deal right now. And gluten-free is not all that great because it's high on the glycemic index. So it jacks up your blood sugar, which we know type 2 diabetes is crazy. It's prolific in this country, and it causes a lot of issues for people. So anytime you can lower your glycemic index, it's important. The other thing would be adding to our family's income. Since the layoff, that's been really hard financially. So it's a blessing to me to be able to be a blessing financially, to add to our financial income. Yeah, so I would say that those are some of the things that motivate me. and also just my general passion for baking and wanting to provide a quality product to my customers.
Karen, apart from the einkorn flour, how are your products different from the competition? Is there anything you would like to share with us about that?
Yes, everything I make is homemade, first of all. Secondly, all of my cupcakes have homemade fillings. That's caramel, preserves, um, nut butters, all sorts of things that are homemade fillings. Also, in addition, you've already mentioned that I use the einkorn flour, which is because it has high protein count, and also it's low in carbs. It's satisfying. You can eat something that's made with einkorn, and you're good. You feel satisfied because it's high in protein, but it also is very tasty. You don't feel like you're eating a ceiling tile with sugar sprinkled on top.
Well, it's very
plenty of
important to
sugar.
people not to sacrifice taste for the health aspect because taste counts.
Absolutely, it does. And that is very, very important to me, that everything that I make is packed with flavor. And I purposely lower the amount of sugar that I use in all of my baked goods because I really do believe firmly in flavor. And one of my favorite things to do is to go into the kitchen and develop new flavor combinations. In fact, that's kind of a new thing that I'm doing right now, is in preparation for the upcoming farmers market in LaGrange. Free advertising right there. It starts June 4th, downtown LaGrange, is to develop new flavors. So I'm currently working on 2 summer flavors. I won't tell you what they are because that would be spoiling the moment.
No, you definitely got to save
I
some for later. We can't, spill the beans.
right, for sure. So low in sugar, packed with flavor. All my cupcakes have fillings, and many cupcakes out there that they sell. For instance, for the same price that I would sell my cupcakes for, have no fillings. So also my cheesecakes. Obviously everything's homemade, but I also offer a gluten-free crust, which I would make for my own family. And it's crunchy and tasty, just like your regular crust that you would find in a traditional cheesecake. So you're not sacrificing any flavor or texture component with the cheesecakes. So just for you to know that everything is homemade and delicious.
Well, it definitely makes my mouth water, that's for sure. And we're not even in person. Just listening to you makes my mouth water. Before we wrap things up, what would you like to accomplish for the rest of 2020?
Grow my business. So COVID-19 has hit all of us in all different ways, and especially small business. And we've had to readapt and change the way we do business. So I believe that we are on the cusp of seeing that change as things get under control with the virus. So I'd say for my hopes and plans for 2020 is to have people know more and more about Karen's Kitchen, and with my website just being launched, that would I'd be able to share that more at farmers markets and with my current customer base, and just see phenomenal growth. And I know it'll happen because I have a great product and a loyal customer base, and it can only grow from there.
Karen, from your mouth to God's ears when it comes to small businesses, hopefully all of us experience phenomenal growth once we get past this hurdle that we're going through. And once again, thank you so much for joining me again and for sharing your story with us and giving us a chance to get to know you a little bit better. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been my pleasure also, Miro. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
If you would like more information on Karen and her business, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of this page and you'll see all the different ways that you can reach out to her. And for those of you who would like to get a chance to share your story on this website, please visit www.parkbench.com/Plainfield and click on the request interview icon, and we'll take care of the rest. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Stay healthy and safe.